Choosing and organizing materials can be a daunting task when implementing design challenges, especially when your curious learners are anxious to build. After running many design challenges, we've discovered some effective and stress-reducing methods for selecting and managing materials. To engage and inspire all learners, especially those who don't think of themselves as engineers, provide materials that are a mix of everyday objects used in new ways, materials that are new to your students, whimsical objects to invite and inspire, and real science and building materials and tools. The best place to start with material management is simplifying the materials you gather and store. We recommend having materials on hand that can be reused for different challenges and work across a variety of age groups. It helps to think about materials in categories, so you can be flexible about the number and variety you store and use. And then group them by attribute and function when introducing to learners for a challenge. Here are some categories we find useful: structural materials, flexible materials, containers, wheel-like materials, and connectors and fasteners. With these materials, learners from all age groups could build bridges, gondolas, houses, sail cars, and more. For most design challenges, it's helpful to omit tape and glue. Avoiding tape and glue encourages rapid building and allows learners to iterate on their prototype. This also reduces the time needed for cleanup and preserves building materials for use in other design challenges. After gathering your materials, it's important to find a materials management system that works for your learning space and the design challenges you're facilitating. There are a variety of ways to organize materials that can fit within any budget. Stackable baskets and clear plastic bins, with or without lids, make materials easily accessible and visible, and they are great if you have limited storage space. Pegboards, shelving, and rolling carts can be useful if you use multiple locations in facilitating design challenges. To help control the volume of materials in your learning environment, try issuing constraints or budget on materials. This also encourages learners to use their critical thinking and design skills to accomplish the goal.
For the Hover Challenge today, you'll create a device that floats up and out of the wind tube. You can use a total of 5 materials, and only 2 of those can be flexible. That includes pipe cleaners, rubber bands, string, and twist ties.
Have each group of learners nominate a material manager who will be the only person to gather materials. But be sure all group members can touch and see the available materials so all learners can brainstorm how they'd like to use them to accomplish their goals. Finally, be sure to include your learners in material management. If you are done with your build after one class period, have learners disassemble their devices and reorganize materials at the end of each design challenge. Place labels on bins or shelving to ensure materials are returned to the correct location. And be sure to review with your learners proper storage and care of building materials. We hope these tips are helpful as you manage materials in your learning environment. For our list of recommended materials and other design challenge information, visit the tech.org/Bowers Institute.